Everyone, it's Mariners Fanatic back on the YouTube video, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a 2023 Seattle Mariners season preview. Happy opening day. I got tickets last minute to go. Super excited. This will be my first opening day, and I cannot wait for this season to get started. For this preview, I'm just going to go through the whole roster, everybody who made the team, my expectations for the year, and additional thoughts moving forward for the 2023 season. Starting off, we're going to look at the roster, starting with the rotation. The rotation is set as Luis Castillo starting on opening day, Robbie Ray is the 2, Gilbert the 3, Marco Gonzalez the 4, and Kirby the 5. Kirby, even though he's in that 5th rotation spot, he's really not the 5 starter. It's probably 2 or 3, but they're having him in the 5 so they can try and protect his innings and continue to work him up, as last year was his first professional season. Hoping for a bounce back from Marco Gonzalez, but I really don't expect a whole lot. Probably like a 4 to 4.4 ERA, 10 wins, 10 losses, something like that. He'll be okay, but just not amazing. But he's a solid 4-5 starter. Gilbert, I think he's going to take another step forward this year, but he really has to work on his off-speed arsenal. We all know he has a good fastball, but he's had trouble controlling his off-speed the past couple years, which has limited him in his growth. Hopefully he can make that next step. Robbie Ray looks great. He had a really good spring, and I'm hoping that he can bounce back more closer to his 2021 Cy Young form. Luis Castillo is definitely our ace. Really excited for a full season of him this year. Continuing with pitching, but moving on to the bullpen, we've got Andres Munoz, Paul Sewald, Matt Brash, Diego Castillo, Matt Festa, Trevor Gott, Penn Murphy, and Chris Flexen. There's been rumors all offseason that Flexen was going to get dealt, but he did not end up getting dealt, at least to this point. So we'll see what happens there. But overall, the bullpen is really solid. Everybody's returning from last year. My only question mark is Trevor Gott. He did not have an amazing spring, and we still do not have a lefty in the pen. Wish that it mattered to Scott and Jerry and Justin, but apparently they don't really care to have a lefty reliever. So we saw how that went last year against Jordan Alvarez in the playoffs. We didn't trust our righties against him, and we didn't really have any lefties besides Robbie Ray, and that went very, very poorly. So I still don't get the decision making behind that, at least having one lefty in the pen, but it is what it is, and we'll see how the season goes along. But all those other guys are going to be solid. I think the two guys kind of on the bottom are Festa and Gott. Gott is likely the first to go if he's not pitching well, but like I said, we will see. The catching core, we've got Raleigh, Murphy, and Hummel. Hummel is a guy who had a great spring, came over in the Kyle Lewis trade, and he can play more than just catcher. He'll get some time in the corner infield positions and the corner outfield positions. Really good athlete, fast, and he had a good spring offensively. So hopefully he can keep that up in the regular season. Cal Raleigh hoping to have another great year and really cement himself as a top 10 catcher in baseball. He already is, in my opinion, but he could really cement himself with another good season. And then Tom Murphy coming back, pretty much injured all of last year. Hopefully he can get back to form. From just even seeing him, he looks incredible. It looks like he's put on muscle. He looks healthy. So hopefully he can have a good year for us. Moving on to the infield, we've got Ty France, Colton Wong, J.P. Crawford, A. Eugenio Suarez, Tommy La Stella, Sam Haggerty, and Dylan Moore, who is currently injured but will join the team at some point. La Stella likely to be pushed out when Moore comes back. I don't expect a lot from La Stella, but we'll see. Maybe he makes a difference. Haggerty, one of my favorite players, is back. He can play any position. When I saw him in spring training, they had him working at first base. So they're really just trying to get him in the lineup and fill in anywhere that he's needed. Suarez, hopefully he can have another good season. Really loved Suarez last year. And yeah, we just need him to do that again. Crawford, though, and Wong both need bounce backs with the glove. Wong had a decent year offensively last year, but his defense was a struggle for probably the first time in his career. He's always been a solid defender, so hopefully he can get back to that form. Crawford, not real high on Crawford right now. He's shown inconsistencies. Yes, he had some injuries last year, but besides the first month of the season, he really wasn't that great. Pretty average. So hopefully he can take that next step. We just really need him to be more than average, just a little bit more than average. He doesn't have to be a superstar or even an all-star. We just need him to be good. And And then Ty France, we need first half Ty France of last year, not second half Ty France. He obviously had a couple injuries that plagued him, and so we need a full healthy season of Ty France. In the outfield, we've got Julio Rodriguez, Jarred Kelenic, Teoscar Hernandez, and AJ Pollock. Hernandez and Pollock new coming in from the offseason. I expect a big season out of Hernandez. He said he likes playing here. He's got a good relationship with Julio. He seems to fit right in with the clubhouse. So hopefully that influences how he plays and he does well for us. Pollock, I'm hoping he stays with the team the whole year. We did sign him to a nice contract, but if things aren't going well for him, he could see himself DFA'd throughout the season or traded for a replacement. But I do like Pollock and Kelenic out there and left with the platoon action. Pollock will also DH quite a bit, I'm assuming. Speaking of Kelenic, hopefully he can have a bounce back season and progress. We don't need him to be amazing. We just need him to be average because he has been below average the past couple years. He's had a couple months, 1 month in 2021 and 1 month in 2022, where he showed some flashes that he could be better. We know that player is in there, but we just need to bring him out. And then finally, Julio Rodriguez. I'm a little worried about Julio because he's being so hyped up. He's number 4 in the betting odds for MVP. Everybody is really high on him. I am as well, but I'm just hoping that there's no sophomore slump and that he continues his progression. I believe that he will, but you never know. So that is a breakdown of the roster. Dylan Moore will be back at some point. Other guys we might see, Taylor Trammell, Evan White, hopefully can get back to form. His defense is amazing, but we need to see him on the offensive side of the ball. Make some improvements. Mason McCoy, Jose Caballero could be up on the team. Middle infield is a little weak for us, so if Wong or Crawford goes down, then we'll be seeing those guys. On the pitching side, there's some guys in the pen like Gabe Spear, Justice Sheffield. There's others down there in AAA who could come up if needed for the pen. Justin Topa is also a guy that we could see up throughout the season. So that's a breakdown of the roster. What do I expect from this team this year? I expect a return to the playoffs. How far we get is always going to be a question mark, but I really don't see us missing out on the playoffs. If we do, I would be severely disappointed. If you follow my Instagram, you know that I picked the Mariners to win the World Series over the Cardinals in 6 games. That's a little bit biased and optimistic, but this team is really good. I think we can beat the Astros. We just need to put it all together. We have the pitching, the offense is improved. We just need to take that next leap. It's not a World Series or bust year, but it is the playoffs or bust. If we're not making the playoffs with this squad, then that's not good. We've got the Rangers and Angels breathing down our neck. Now, I don't think they will challenge us for a playoff position, but both have solid teams that could do better. Both have solid teams that could do well this year. The Astros will retain the AL West crown. They're still really good, but in the playoffs, I think we can challenge them. I'm predicting 92 wins for the Mariners. It's a little pessimistic there. I think we could get more, but I don't want to get in over my head, so I'm sticking with 92, and that would have us in my rankings as the number 4, the number 1 wild card position, where we would host Tampa Bay in my rankings for that wild card round. I then have us moving on to play the Yankees in the division series, beating them, and then playing the Astros in the championship series, beating them to face the Cardinals in the World Series. It's going to be a good year. I am excited for this team, and I can't wait to go to games, and who knows, maybe I'll see you there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mariners Fanatic.